during Carnival season, food safety is very important because Carnival is one of St. Lucia's largest national event that attracts a lot of people across the island, regionally, and all over the world. And with that, you find a lot more persons are consuming food and purchasing foods. And with so many people at the activities, you would find that people would consume more food and so you would have the vendors preparing foods and serving foods in a much larger quantity than they would normally. And the risk of food contamination and foodborne illness will definitely increase during that time. And during Carnival, foodborne illness is definitely something you would want to avoid. And so it is very important to maintain those food safety practices and to really give the public confidence to know that the food that they are purchasing is safe and also to uphold St. Lucia's reputation as a very healthy and safe destination. We encourage patrons to be very observant when purchasing fruits from vendors. Look for good personal hygiene, that your vendors are attired properly, they are clean, they are wearing the hair restraints, that they are free from excessive jewelry that could potentially contaminate food, that the temporary setup, the booths, the stalls, that they are clean, the surroundings are maintained, um, purchasing foods that are served hot and those that are to be cold, these temperatures are maintained. Just the general upkeep and food handling practices is observed. Food is protected from contaminants like insects and flies and dust and so on. Many of the food handlers should obtain a temporary license from the Environmental Health Division, and it is more or less an occasional license for the temporary setup at the venue. And it should be displayed so that persons can see and know that you are actually licensed and valid to serve food. For the vendors, like we always say to them, the consumer, providing safe food to the consumer is important and the reputation of their business is important. So we ask them to follow the safety guidelines that we provide for our safety trainings, maintaining food temperatures, practicing proper hand hygiene, ensuring that they're attired properly, that the food is protected, that they're mindful of persons who may have allergic reactions, that they're separating raw foods from ready to eat foods, the general sanitation and cleaning of their surfaces and utensils. So during the carnival season, persons can reduce their risk of foodborne illness by taking simple steps such as practicing proper hand washing, washing your hands between tasks, washing your hands before you eat. We are encouraging persons to be very observant when purchasing foods. If you notice foods seem to be undercooked, it may have an unusual smell, it has been prepared in unsanitary conditions, it's best to avoid it. And it's also best practice to designate someone on cash separately from handling food. And in a case where it is not possible, we encourage persons to practice hand hygiene frequently. The Environmental Health Division is playing an active role during the carnival season. We're conducting a series of food inspections. We're conducting food safety trainings just to provide safety tips for the food handlers just before the season is upon us. We're conducting site inspections as well of the venues where the event will be hosted to check for general environmental health assessment, that vector control measures are in place, water and waste management systems are in place, that the event has adequate sanitation facilities. We're also doing public health surveillance on the day of the event to ensure that persons are adhering to, all the food safety standards and measures as well. And also when it comes to we're also doing surveillance at our ports of entries as well, to ensure that all the public health risks are reduced with the frequent traveling, especially with our international visitors.